They still got it.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. They crumbling everywhere, so they can keep attacking
Still
us.
got it. Ooh. I'm not sure what that is.
Yeah, well.
They still got it.
Oh.
Okay. I
Got
guess
it,
that
all
was
right.
We are live anyway, so. Oh my golly.
Yep. Let's rock and roll. Let's rock and roll. I'm just posting the link on Telegram, and then you can go.
All right. So this is Sue Greenwald here with Awakened Stories, and I'm here today with King Smarty, also known as Sananda Galactic. Hey, King, how are you today?
The living legend. Let's go.
Legend. So happy Abundance Day.
Yep. Happy Abundance Day. Across the board.
Now, do you want to tell everybody that might be new what Abundance Day is?
Yeah. Well, Abundance Day is the day we all celebrate the fact that God, our creator, abundantly gave us resources across the board, and they've been, and we all know that they've been hoarded up by the powers that were, who really had no power. They just thought they had power. They were kind of like renting the planet, if you would, right? So what Abundance Day means that we are going to make it evident that our Creator has abundantly given us everything. And we're going to make sure that everybody lives an abundant life from here on out. I started Abundance Day under Dad's guidance. 4/17, which was last year, 4/17, which is today, 4/17, which also happens to be my mother's birthday. So it's a special day in many ways. So he wants everybody to know that he is providing, and he has been providing everything in your lives up to this point, and it's only going to get better. You guys are about to receive more than you ever expected. Some of you just want tiny homes or big mansions or whatever the case. You're going to get that and more, because whatever you guys can think of, you can manifest, and he will allow it to happen when you're operating with love and light. So that being said, as we move forward into this new reality of the planet, of the universe, of everything, the evidence of how abundantly we had everything, or how we could have had everything, will be shown. Look what you're seeing now. You're seeing China come out and telling the world that you've been raped and pillaged by all of these companies, and they're paying literally dollars for their products. And over here, you spend $800+. That's not cool at all. Not cool at all. So that being said, the Western cabal, or should I say the worldwide cabal, created this scarcity, created this lack. The diamonds were so expensive back in the day. Now you can get them for the same thing, because people are starting to find out about them. Even my stuff, once I touch my stuff, it just becomes super valuable. So moving into the future, the things that I produce will be super valuable, and they won't be that expensive, because Dad doesn't want me to do what they've been doing to everybody else, not to mention the healing frequencies that my products have. So he's doing things all across the board where you'll have abundance of water, abundance of food, abundance of people helping, because now they don't have, they're not being, they're not being restricted because of the lack of funding. So you'll have abundance of funding too, with the guaranteed income, the basic income, and all the different streams of income that will will be providing like Move, educating and earning. So that is making it super clear to the cabal that you're fucking finished, period. And those that weren't on the same page with me or were on the fence about me, now's the time to pick a side, or just stay on the fence until we're done. Because I'm doing things in your face now, and it's literally happening as I say it. So when I say Abundance Day and everybody is to celebrate today, that's what y'all supposed to be doing. Abundance Day will be like Christmas, Thanksgiving, all of the cool holidays all in one. Everybody is to relax, chill, celebrate, champagne, etc. Just like the video shows that we posted the other day. So there's so many things that Abundance Day, does and stands for. Uplifting everybody, being that service to everybody, helping everybody. That dog eat dog mentality. I grew up with that type of mentality, within my own family, and that's done nothing but tore them apart. I didn't want that shit for me and my family, my direct family, right? So I changed that by living a life of peace and awareness and positivity and doing great work. So we changing everything across the board. And the way we do it is with love and light. They say, what would Jesus do? Well, what would Smarty do? Because I'm teaching y'all. I just shared a post where it literally says, because you being on the right path, you was under attack, right? Multiple different attacks from entities, from spirits, from, just about all types of bullshit. And when you guys found me, the attacks increased. Well, that being said, I've also taught you how to defend yourself from these spiritual attacks, have I not? So, and that's because I can see the entities, I can see what's happening. I have a clear direction to our Creator, God, Father, Dad. I call him Daddy. So, that being said, we're changing everything. Everything has already changed. We're walking into that reality of it all. And with all the funding that they're getting ready to release to that Dad is releasing to the humanitarian force, we're going to show you guys how we do it. We're going to put our money where our mouth is, like I've been doing. I'll say that I stay broke, but I'm never really broke because of who I work for, right? And he's going to make it very, very, very clear that this is what he wants done. He wants everybody to live in peace. He wants everybody to live in happy, abundant lives, and and learn and educate yourselves, and don't take nobody's word for it, especially somebody who can't validate shit that he's saying. Because we have that a lot too. We have different people. We have different people saying certain things, but no one can really validate it. I'll admit that some of the stuff that I say, I haven't been able to validate. However, I can validate the healings. I can validate this. I can validate that. There's a lot of things that I've already proven. And that's because Daddy hasn't allowed me to, fully do what I want to do. However, that's coming as well. He says not yet. And those of you that know how I roll, then not yet means it's coming. So that's what Abundance Day is all about. Today's a beautiful day. It's beautiful here. I'm sure it's beautiful wherever you guys are at. Even if it's cold or whatever you're going through, just know that it's a beautiful day. It's a meaningful day, and it's a special day. Okay?
Any message from your mom today?
Besides her telling me to kiss her ass, no.
Yeah. That's what I wanted to hear. Okay.
Yeah. I'm excited about the Puerto Rico trip because I get to go visit the place that when my mom jumped into the water lit up because I was, Daddy struck me with the consciousness that I have. And we all know whose consciousness that is.
Right.
Sananda Galactic, the boss.
And you'll have those that are traveling with you take video of that when it happens, when you go back to that beach, right?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be doing it myself. I'm you know, and yes,
yeah.
I got JJ, so I'm gonna have JJ film some stuff
cool.
too.
Okay, cool.
And then we'll have well no, because I don't know when the video guy will be there, but we'll figure it out. We'll make it happen.
Yeah. So as you were talking about Abundance Day, all I could think of is the little miracles that we take for granted. Look, we put a seed in a dirt and a plant pops out and then we get food from it.
Right. That's right.
It's inconceivable, right?
Yeah, and that also brings us back to why we were created in the first place. Right? Because we are the seeds. And those of us that are like myself, very highly intelligent, is what the planet needs. So you know what's going to happen next. We're going to repopulate the planet with people like me,
right?
Who are going to be brought in with full consciousness and awareness. In fact, I posted an update yesterday about all of the different things that was happening for the world and how we're going to open it up to the rest of the universe and all that stuff. Or how we're going to, transition. All of that stuff is being done by Dad, by me, Dad, B crew. All of that stuff was legit and it's happening. Give or takes, times, whatever. However, all of that stuff is what I've been doing. Period. There's no way around it. I'm in your fucking face. And y'all know I love to talk shit because that's what I do. Real shit. So much fun.
It is awesome.
Yeah, so we're gonna kick off May with a bang, 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 bang. We're going to Puerto Rico. We're gonna do the Help Someone Today campaigns. And for the gentleman that said Puerto Rico was floating trash or whatever, I'm gonna make him eat his words. So expect all that. There's a lot of things that Dad wants us to do over there. He's got some surprises for us, he said already. I mean, Dad doesn't tell me everything. Y'all know this. And I don't want to know everything. Y'all know this too. However, the future is very, very, very bright. And all of the wild stuff that I told you guys is literally manifesting as we speak. Literally. So everybody should be happy, excited, thankful, and helpful. Shit, that's a t-shirt.
yeah, that's good. So yesterday the phrase came to me: human nature is to create, not to dominate. Okay, that is the way we're supposed to be, but look what we've turned into. We've been turned into it. Okay.
Well, we were forced into it, yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of times when we talk about the bad guys, we talk about the human-looking bad guys, but we know there's a bigger force behind them, right? And a lot of times we don't specifically say that, but that's what we're implying.
Yeah, well, if, a lot of people read the Bible, but they just interpreted it so many different ways. It says the frog-like men coming out of the caves or out of the earth. And what are we looking at now? And nowadays, you got these half-breed and you got these reptilians taking all the children, taking them underground and eating them and doing all types of shit. So, some of the stuff in the Bible was actually correct. However, it was misinterpreted the wrong way. And I'm going to give you an example. It talks about eternal youth. It talks about the people coming back. It talks about all these wonderful things. Now, because of what I taught y'all know how it's possible. We're all consciousness. We're all energy. We're all, we have energy, consciousness, bodies, whatever you want to call it. How do you live forever? Easy. Change the way you think. Change the way you vibrate. Energy, vibration, frequencies. We have the telomere frequencies. Telomere stops the aging process. We have that. We have everything already. And then the crystalline chamber is what's going to manifest the people that is allowed to come back. Like my mother, right? People don't even know how advanced things really are, that we've been hidden from. So I'm gonna just say it again. You have a crystalline chamber. You walk into it. You're nothing but energy, right? Those people that are on the other side, they're still energy. They're still consciousness. They get to pop up in the chamber and come right out, because we are evolving into full manifestation in the fact that we are energy. So those lost ones were never really lost in the first place. And it's just on a timer for everything to kick off where they can come back. That's why I never worry about when people die. It's a little sad, yeah, here and there, right? However, my intelligence tells me, don't worry about that. Keep on working. Keep on doing this. Actually, Dad does. Keep on doing this. Keep on that. Blah, 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 blah. But I'm smart enough to know that this is true and this is happening, because he's already proving things to me over and over and over and over and over and over again. Just like you, just like the rest of the crew, Dad has validated things for you guys, right? So all we have to do is just keep on doing what we're doing, allowing the process. Dad is the only one that knows exactly when the chambers will appear. Someone asked me that question this morning. When will the chambers appear? He's the only one that knows. He's not telling me, because he knows I got a big mouth. Because I love to talk shit. I would tell you real quick. Guess what? The fucking chambers are here. And then I'll start showing everybody it. We all watch Star Wars. We all watch Star Trek. We all seen the possibilities in those TV shows and in those movies. Y'all found out recently that the Pentagon has its own movie system, or should I say, movie department, right? So, where did all these ideas come from all these different movies? If the Pentagon has their own movie system, that means they know what the fuck is going on. And that means they knew what the fuck was going on for a very long time, right? That being said, Earth is not so old. It's not so young either. Things were out there in the universe way before Earth was even made. So you can't tell me that these things don't already exist and haven't existed for thousands of years. What we're doing is we're bringing it back, and we're bringing it back with a bang. Like crystalline chambers already exist. Now we have one with bling bling on it because it's mine. So, abundance is wonderful. We've seen replicators, right? We've seen replicators in some of the movies. You press a button and then you got coffee, you got food, you got different types of things instantly manifesting inside of this device. It's called a replicator. Okay, so if everything's energy and we have a device that can instantly manifest things, then we can have abundance of shit everywhere. So you see where we're going with all this stuff? This is why Dad wants everybody to understand that abundance is what it is. There is no lack of anything. And we're going to restore everything. We've already started restoring everything. We're already in contact with hundreds of people all around the world that are ready to go as soon as Dad released the funds. When Dad released the funds, everybody's going to be funded, and the projects are going to be nonstop. So the only thing that you'll have to pay for is for someone's services. You won't have to pay for food. You won't have to pay for water. You will have to go pay the chef because he's making you something. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Everything else will be everywhere. But you have to pay, people would like to receive commissions, if you would, for their services, right? I've always told you, if I didn't have to pay for shit, I wouldn't even charge for my work, which is why I don't charge for the healings that I do. All you gotta do is text me. I don't even gotta fucking respond, and you're gonna receive that blessing, that healing, because of how fast it is. So why would I charge you like everybody else is charging you $300 a session? When I wouldn't feel right doing that type of shit. So instead of charging you $300 a session, I'll look at the text and then either respond or not. Like respond texting.
Right.
Otherwise, it's already fucking done, and I'm on to the next thing.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, I get a text message back, happy tears and people crying and shit because they received what they wished for. Okay. Years ago, Dad told me I was able to grant wishes, and that's what I've been doing, granting wishes according to what he allows in the first place. Because some people came with wishes and they weren't granted because of what they really wanted to wish for. So now you know why your ass didn't get it.
And it's sometimes a timing thing too. Like sometimes we need to learn a lesson, or this has to be done before that, or whatever. There's reasons we don't know. But when you look back and things come together, you'll be shocked at how beautifully, when you didn't get what you want, how beautifully it comes together in the future for your benefit.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So, we got a lot of beautiful things happening all around the world. And a lot of the things that we were working on while I was teaching you guys with the method and all that, the Jedi stuff, a lot of that stuff is manifesting because those of you guys that were there learning, you guys were actually also applying the energy that was needed to manifest what's happening right now. So y'all all should be proud of yourselves, even the ones that fell off, because we like I told you in the last video, we used y'all. We used y'all. We use your hearts. We use your creativity. We use your manifestation abilities, just like they do when they putting bullshit on the TV. They know that the human mind can manifest things. I know it too, and I also know with the proper teaching, you become stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. And that's why my job was to teach you, all of y'all. That's why we're where we're at right now, and we just got upgrades just yesterday. Yesterday, the day before, people feeling like drowsy and all that. Well, that's because when you upgrade information to a new computer, the computer has to shut down, reboot itself. Our bodies are literally biological computers because we are entities that are made out of energy. Come on now, get it together. Learn this shit, everybody. Let's go.
Right?
So yeah, it's a
So we
beautiful
got higher abilities than we did.
That's right. So we could keep this thing short because we have some cooking to do. We're preparing for a celebration, and you guys should be doing it too. Let's do 2 more questions.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. If we choose our way rather than, say, Daddy's way, we get what you call the Jonah effect. We have trouble, right? And so what happens if we're choosing Daddy's way, the best that we can, but we're married and our spouse does not? Our spouse is a doubter or a non-believer. What happens then?
Well, 2 things can happen. You either see signs and you get splitted, or they get their shit together and they get with the program.
Right.
It's hard to be around people that act like Jonah. Jonah and the whale was a true story. Just like Job, when Dad took everything from Job. He took everything from Job because they were testing him. The dark side was taking everything. He still didn't turn on Dad, which is what the cabal does, all that. Yeah. The dark ones, they turn on Dad. So that being said, the whole Jonah thing and the people around you and all that, everybody's on their own time, their own time of evolution, of waking up, and blah, blah, blah. So if you feel it's dragging you down, then you have to make a conscious decision to, free yourself of that shit. I've had to do it many times. And I literally let people walk out my life. And then I'm the bad guy for it. It don't work that way. You have to worry about your peace so that when you're peaceful and you're not dealing with certain bullshit, you evolve. And they'll come along eventually. They always do. Got it?
They'll either come along or they won't with you.
Which is not our fucking problems.
Right. And yeah, a lot of us have had to walk away from things because it wasn't healthy, it wasn't positive, and it would have held us back from what we're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, I've had people tell me that they can't deal with this stuff. They can't do this, they can't do that, which is understandable because being with me or being around me, you get attacked. You get attacked from all angles, spiritually, mentally. They go in the dark spirits go in and out of people, and then they, the people that you love that are around you, if they're not vibrating high, those dark entities could go into them, and then it's like possession, and everything just goes sideways, right?
Yeah.
So that's the type of stuff that people around me have to deal with.
Yeah.
And that's also one of the reasons why I have to educate them on all this shit and how to roll. Because if you're rolling in love and light and you see things for what it is, okay, this ain't normal. There's something wrong here. Let me just sprinkle some fairy dust and love and light on that shit and then walk away. Because otherwise, you'll be stuck and engaged with all this stuff that's going to do nothing but lower your vibration.
Yeah.
And then when you get your vibration lowered, then all types of things start fucking up. Your car won't start. Your phone won't work. Your laptop won't work. This shit won't work. This shit won't work. All the bills start piling up on you at the same fucking time. So what's that mean? Stop. Raise your vibration, think positive, think abundance, feel it, know it, and then all of a sudden everything changes. Everything. And this all has to do with the way you react to something and the way you think. It's that simple.
Yeah. I've said this before. When you get a bill, you can go through and think of the what you're being charged for. Like, nobody likes to pay bills, okay? But think about the benefit you've had. You've had the use of water. You've had a pizza that you had to pay for. You had this, you had that. You've had the convenience and the service. And raise your vibration that way. Appreciate it that way, which is just a stepping stone to higher vibration.
It's true.
Little tip. Yeah.
That is true. And if you operate in the fact that, abundance is everywhere, then abundance will be everywhere.
Yeah.
You see how I roll. I mean, you see it because you here. You live here, right? I don't worry about nothing. I take care of it. Dad ends up doing what he do.
Yep.
Period. And that's why I will always be the most richest there is. Number one, I tell people the only one that got more money than me is Dad. Right? And it's true because that's how I think. Not only do I think that, I know that shit is true. Because as soon as I pay for something, boom, he puts it right back.
That's right.
I'll give you an example. Yesterday, I had to pay for our flights, right? And I was saying, well, we can go with the cheaper one, so that we can save some money. And Dad says, ha ha ha, thank you for trying to save me some money, but no. Okay. Thank you for trying to save me some money, but no.
That's awesome.
I'm like, okay. So I ended up paying the extra for everything that we needed and wanted. And right after that, more money came in. So that's You know, I do things because he tells me to do it. And sometimes I can do things where I have my account is like 0. And next thing you know, pow, 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 pow. Okay, thank you, Daddy. I'm sorry. And I do apologize to Dad because I'd be like, ready to pull my hair out on certain things. And then I have to remember too that everything is abundant. Dad got me. Everything that I want and need is here. And don't worry about shit. You know, but there are some times where I just feel like pulling out the rest of the fucking hair that I don't have out. He just said, you have hair. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Daddy.
That's great. Okay, last question. So we know that words have power, so we have to kind of watch what we speak. Okay, so we have to train ourselves to speak in a positive and uplifting fashion, to actually have belief behind the words and all that. So the question is, does our intent, our positive high vibration intent, override any dark or negative that's been put into the word?
That is correct. However, if you don't do it that way, then you'll have problems.
Right. Okay.
You know, don't sit there worry because you may cause it. And the more and more you worry about it, the more it cause that to take place because of the way you were thinking. Yes.
Right.
So the only way to really overcome that is accept the facts or accept what's being done or being said. Especially if Dad says it, if I say it, if B says it, that's just going to happen whether you fucking like it or not. Excuse my French. he just said that in French.
That's great. That's great. Fun. So basically, the most positive, healthy, loving thoughts, feelings, and words, positive expectation, it's all happening. You're seeing it manifest. And the more you raise your vibration, the more good things come to you more quickly.
That is true. And never, ever worry about where your next meal is coming from or how you're going to pay the bills. Because as long as you have faith in Dad and trust in Dad, he got you.
It's beautiful.
He got you. You know, I'm not perfect, like I said. Sometimes I'll fall short because all of the good things that I've done and I do, I should never, ever lack funding, ever. However, it does get low sometimes where I'm like, oh, shit. I want to do so much and help so many more people. You know what I mean? But anyway, it's done because Dad is making it done. He's making it that way. So we're just waiting on Dad to, give me access to what belongs to me.
Awesome.
And then you're going to see the true meaning of Abundance Day. All right, well, we good. I love all you guys. Keep up the good work. Remember to celebrate, even if you're at work, wherever you're at. Just have a nice little toast, salute, and let's turn this planet right side up.
Agreed. Thank you all so much. Thank you, King Smarty.
Yep, love you guys. Bye-bye.